Hello. Wait, I'll check if the audio is coming or not. I decided to come live randomly. Hello. Okay, audio is fine. So what I wanted to discuss today is, and if anyone comes online, then it's well and good. I don't mind if anyone doesn't because I am doing this unprepared and unannounced. So what I wanted to get in is that I think RRR has proved, you see, that at the end of the day, for a good movie, for a movie to succeed, the only thing that matters. Okay, I said only two times and three times, but actually two things matter. Authenticity. By that, I also mean by extension, the honesty in your work, that you really love your work, the love for the project, like even Kantara. Love for the project, love for the story, and the story has to be good in itself. Because you will notice most of the times people do forgive bad CGI, bad acting, bad songs, or background scores. If all of this is bad, then it's a different matter. But even if one or two of these things are bad, people do forgive that when the story is that good. And even in terms of RRR, it's probably one of the best CGI that India has ever seen. But it's people, we have grown up watching Marvel and stuff, so we know that RRR CGI is not near as good as Marvels, right? And we know that because RRR's even budget is not that high. Same case with Bahubali. We know Bahubal's CGI is not that good, but we like watching it. We like watching it repeatedly. Why is our eyes not making us repulse to that video, that those visuals? Why aren't we feeling that it's too ugly, I won't watch it? Why are we feeling that no, I want to watch it, I want to hear that story, I want to hear those dialogues, even though that CGI sucks? Because at the end of the day, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हर्ष रवि, श्रेयस कल्लूरी, नमस्कार भैया, कैसे हो? हम अच्छे हैं, थोड़ा फीवर है. तो only thing that matters is the only two things that matter is authenticity, love for your story. Authenticity means love for your story and a good story. And see, as you can see from my thumbnail, how I can prove that authenticity and a good story beats everything. Because for the reasons that people think all the woke Hollywood stuff are failing, RRR has those same things. Even then, RRR is liked both by Indians and by white people, even white right wingers, white conservatives, American conservatives who hate Hollywood woke stuff. And conversely, Hollywood liberals who are making those woke stuff, people like James Cameron, who are saying that men should do a surgery and get rid of their testosterone. That's the reason I boycotted Avatar in my mind personally. I didn't tell anyone because people will think I'm a fool. You are boycotting the sequel to the biggest movie in the history of filmmaking. So, but I didn't watch Avatar for the reason because James Cameron is fundamentally an anti-man man. Okay, he hates masculinity. I don't like that. He says men should get rid of their testosterone. What the hell? So even that guy likes RRR. He's hugging Rajamouli. He doesn't get the politics behind RRR because RRR was not keeping politics in mind. RRR has its own politics. Every movie has its own politics, whether consciously or subconsciously. But Rajamouli does not sit down writing the script thinking, okay, these are my checklist. These are the number of political check marks I want to do while making that movie. That is not what Rajamouli is doing. Rajamouli is a great storyteller, a great director, a great artist. And that is why RRR is succeeding in impressing both American conservatives and Hollywood woke liberals at the same time. Can you believe that? On the other hand, woke Hollywood movies are failing and are being criticized by both the woke audiences and woke and non-woke conservative audiences. Can you believe that? How is that possible? Only those woke Hollywood stuff, some of them do earn some money in India because a lot of Indians are not aware of the politics of America and they think that, oh, it's just another movie. Oh, I don't get the politics of why Netflix's He-Man suddenly has a female lead. Oh, I don't understand what's political about Wakanda Forever, so I'll watch it. Fine. But in USA, these things flop, especially Rings of Power. What was supposed to be an extension of the Lord of the Rings story, that has failed miserably. And it was made by Amazon Prime. They spent about $58 million on each episode. And no one has liked it. not even woke liberal audiences. Only people who have apparently liked it are people who are paid by Amazon. Since it's an Amazon production, huge money was spent on its publicity, just like our Brahmastra. So you'll see a lot of articles saying that, oh, Rings of Power is being criticized because it has black characters, black actors. Rings of Power is being criticized because people are racist, etc. But those are very let's just say lies. But if you go to actual YouTube channels run by liberals, even they are criticizing Rings of Power. Even they are saying this woke Velma thing is bad. And remember, this new rendition of the famous character of Velma that we have grown up loving in Scooby Doo. It was such a favorite cartoon character, cartoon series of ours in during our childhood days. They one Indian or Sri Lankan NRI woman, she has turned Velma into angry, bitter, annoying, irritating, dumb, hypocritical, basically everything, every bad adjective that you can think of for a human being. She has put all that in Velma, and she has made it about sex and drugs. And there is no Scooby Doo in a show which is a spin off of a Scooby Doo animated series, okay? And that Velma is failing miserably. Now, only thing interesting about Velma versus Rings of Power is that Rings of Power, because it was produced by Amazon at least paid a lot of woke media to talk good things about Rings of Power. But no one paid because Velma is produced by HBO. HBO does not have as much money as Amazon Prime. So HBO did not spend as much money on publicity. So Velma has failed both on critics' choice and critics' ratings and audience ratings. But there's absolutely no difference between Rings of Power and Velma in terms of actual audience ratings. Both woke liberal audiences hate it because it's, after all, at the end of the day, badly written. Conservative audiences hate it because it's badly written. Woke liberal audiences hate Velma because it's badly written. Conservative audiences hate it because it's badly written. Because otherwise, না বলে notify করে এই এক্ষুনি decide করলাম আর কি। তো but see, people think the only reason conservatives hate woke Hollywood stuff is because they are unhappy that white people are being criticized, okay? Then why do those same conservative audiences love RRR? You and I, all of us Indians have been noticing and seeing hours and hours of white people reviewing RRR, right? A lot of them are conservative. They are saying we hate woke Hollywood stuff. RRR is everything that Hollywood needs to be. Why is that? RRR from first to last shows it's a caricature of white people and colonizers. RRR is doing the same thing. Is saying the same things that Wakanda Forever, Woke Velma, He-Man, these stories and movies and animated series are trying to say. But because the first problem is bad writing. After all, those are badly written. RRR is not badly written. The second problem is authenticity. Why won't people listen to Velma, but they have no problem in liking RRR, which is also against white people? Because Velma is being written by a second generation or third generation American Indian or Sri Lankan, I think she is, Mindy Kaling something. And she used to be a genius writer. She wrote for the famous series called The Office. You all must have seen the series Office. It's such beautiful comedy. And now she's about 40 years old now, and now she's writing such crap like Velma. So what they say is the hypocrisy in that. You are an American Indian, and now you are saying that, okay, white people suck. All these years later, after getting success from writing good stuff like The Office, now you think the world is oppressive and everyone is oppressing you. Wakanda Forever. Can American black people stop pretending to be Africans? You are Americans. You have every benefit of Americans. Maybe 1 or 2% less than white people, but you are way better than each and every African in living in the continent of Africa. So stop pretending to have problems that Africans have. And that is the hypocrisy and the lack of authenticity that American audiences, the conservative audience of America, doesn't want. They have actually no problem with someone showing white people as bad guys, because these are the same guys who are liking RRR. And that brings me to the idea that, after all, good story matters. And I've given you some examples that Rings of Power is badly written, so it's hated by conservative audiences and liberal audiences. RRR is very well written. It's liked by liberal audiences and conservative audiences. James Cameron likes it. White conservative Americans like it. The only people who dislike RRR are the wokes of India. A very fraction of a negligible minority, and even half of them you can change their minds if you just tell them, no, RRR is not a action movie. It's a live action anime. If you just use these three words, live action anime, then they'll say, oh yeah, then I like this movie. Somehow they think every movie is supposed to be Satyajit Ray's movie. And remember, even Satyajit Ray put a lot of politics in his movies. It was full of politics and messages. So obviously Satyajit Ray is not a mass movie creator. None of Satyajit Ray's movies are in my top 3 list, but they are really good movies. In some times of the day, or when I'm in a particular mood, I would like to watch a Satyajit Ray movie. You can't pay me. If you put a gun to my head, I would not watch Rings of Power or Velma. It's so bad. Okay, so but I would like to. I watch a lot of booktubers. Okay, people who review books, and mainly fantasy books, not other books. So I want to show you something. Wait. No, I can't show it here. Let's see. So anyway, I don't have to show it. There are booktubers like there's a book review channel called Mike's Book Review. He is sort of a right-leaning guy. That guy likes a book series called The First Law. It's called Grim Dark. If you all read any fantasy, you all know this obviously. Let me cast it here. This is in the world of books. This book is an example of good writing and one that is liked by everyone. Right-leaning people and left-leaning people. Okay. Oh, I didn't need to cast it because I'm casting my entire screen. I forgot. Lol. So anyway, let's see if anyone's talking. But how do you know without watching? Yes, I have watched those things and I have then not watched the full thing. Are you reading chats? Yeah, I'm reading chats. I'm live. And something Deva. Okay, you are no, I couldn't read your name obviously. So yes, all of this is those are woke things, and I've realized that by watching those things that are that they are woke. And are you saying that I can't find out that it's woke or not just by looking at the trailers, or by looking at the dialogue delivery, or by hearing the dialogues in the trailers? There is woke is very easily deductible. Okay, like most Hollywood films in the last 4 years, the white guy has to be either evil or effeminate or someone who seems like a nice guy but in the end turns out to be a villain. So it's and that's how they describe all women of color. All black women have to be now interested in science, and they're invincible, and they don't have to go through any training. Like, see the difference between Wonder Woman first part and Wonder Woman 1984. Everyone liked Wonder Woman because it was good writing. Conservatives liked Wonder Woman. Woke people liked Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is a decades old comic book series. It didn't need feminism and woke people to make Wonder Woman a hit. It did not need Amazon's marketing to make Wonder Woman a hit. Everyone liked Wonder Woman because it was a well-written, fantastical story about a woman struggling, training, then fighting her way out, just like any superhero. But that's not what was shown in Wonder Woman 2. Or you can bring in the idea, the character of Mulan. Mulan animated series, which was done decades back, showed that Mulan is a young girl who's going through training, screwing up, learning martial arts, then improving. In the Mulan movie, which happened I think last year or last year, that shows Mulan picks up a stick, immediately great at martial arts. That's how they show all women. Miss Marvel, what a joke. That first Miss Marvel movie was a hit only because it was cramped up between two of the gigantic biggest hits of the decade. And Miss Marvel makers thought, yeah, I'm making such a good movie, that's why it's a hit. So anyway, look at this writer called Drew Abercrombie's First Law. So this book series is liked by people like Mike's book reviews, who is slightly right-leaning. This, he says, is his probably the favorite. It's in his top 10 fantasy series he has ever read. This guy, okay? He's slightly right-leaning. He lives in Texas, and his wife is a libertarian. So that should tell you. He doesn't bring politics in at all, but if you follow politics like an addict like me, then you can understand that yeah, he is right leaning. On the other hand, this same book series, Joe Abercrombie's First Law, is liked by Murphy Napier, who is another booktuber who you will understand is a very liberal and left leaning person. Why? How is that? This person, Murphy Napier, she also likes First Law and Joe Abercrombie's writing. So you see, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is good writing. Now I'll get into comments. By this time, we can easily read a woke even if it's not written on their face. Yes, his name is written in Kannada, Hindi, English. Dev. It's my name, Deva, in 3 times language. When you will get join button? I don't know actually. I think you get join buttons after 100,000 subscribers or something. Oh, Kannada and Telugu is almost same. I couldn't differentiate. So that's it, guys. That's the end of my monologue. This is what I wanted to say. That at the end of the day, good writing, authenticity is what matters. But people see through the bullshit when they see Americans pretending to be oppressed and pretending to be speaking up for Wakanda forever, which is an ethnocentric state. Oh, and I want to get into another thing. African Americans who are pretending to be Africans, pretending to be as oppressed as Africans, speaking on behalf of Africans. Okay, they're speaking on behalf of indigenous people. That's why they showed Namor, who was actually called Namor, and in the Wakanda Forever movie they showed him as half Aztec, even though that character is supposed to be half Atlantean, half human, and his name is suddenly Namor. So they tried to play that Latin American oppressed guy vibe. First of all, why? What are you trying to do here? Second of all, you want to show how Latin American people were oppressed and how colonization butchered their culture. You want to speak up for Wakanda forever, Wakandan people, Africans, how colonization butchered them. And even though Wakanda is an ethnocentric state, only Africans live there. It's a closed off country. It has fully border walls. No one can get in, no one can get out. And entire Wakanda does not help the rest of the country, rest of the continent. Rest of the continent goes to hell. Wakanda goes on and on. Same with Namor's continent. He goes underwater. No one gets in, no one gets out. He lives in his ethnocentric state. But somehow that's bad only when Donald Trump speaks about it. Okay. But remember, all these liberals who are making these movies, the first problem is they are saying all these crap while living in America. Second of all, they hate when Hindus say all these same things. And that is another reason why conservative audiences of America don't have a problem with RRR, because they see an Indian saying those things living in India. They see that, okay, yeah, Indians probably hate white people because white people were bad to them and they have been victims. So they are speaking out against that against that oppression. So what's the problem here? But why should they stand for why should they accept American Indians who have lived there for 3 generations, African Americans who have lived there for 400 years, and now they pretend like they are as oppressed as Africans living in Africa or Indians living in India under the white man. That's a problem. That's why they fail at this. And I, as someone from West Bengal, has seen this for decades. Ever since the communists came to power, Bengal stopped creating big giant names in arts. Like Satyajit Ray was the last big creative person. Even he was not a mass mover, obviously. But when your life, when your creativity begins and ends with politics, then your art will suffer. That's what Bengalis still haven't realized. That's what Hollywood seems to have now thought, that yeah, let's do that. Let's fill our art with politics, and while prioritizing politics over art. Please do more live streams. Yeah, I want to. So if anyone wants to ask any questions, or we will meet at 9 p.m. Okay, we need to discuss the Oxfam hilarious conclusions they reached. The tax the rich, eat the rich bullshit. Or I'll just end it here. Thanks for watching, guys. Any questions coming on? The chat is a little late, right? Art meant to tell meaningful and personal stories, not political stories. Yeah, that's what art should be. Okay, let's end the live stream here. See you at 9 p.m. guys.